Warm greetings, everyone, and welcome to Morning Musings. For those of you joining me for the first time, my name is Nathen Aswell, and this beautiful instrument I'm about to play is called the Chapman Stick. If you're curious about it and you'd like to learn more about it, please visit the website at Stick Enterprises. Very simple to remember, stick.com, stick.com. Those of you who have been with me for a while know that this year I'm exploring the overall theme of surrender. And every month I'm taking a look at one of the 12 powers that were created by Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity Church. And this month, the month of September, we are looking at the power of order. Now, order is an interesting power as I've been thinking about it, because I think order is something that we all, let's be honest, struggle with. And so I've been thinking about, as is my custom, I'm always looking for quotes to inspire the chants that I create. And as I was out on one of my morning walks this week, the quote or the passage that came to my mind was a quote which probably all of us know, mostly because of the song that was made famous by the Byrds, Turn, 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 and that is a quote from Ecclesiastes in the Bible. And the quote is, I actually have an interesting translation, a translation that I like more than the one that I grew up with. This is from the New Living Translation of the Bible. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit searching, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be quiet and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. So I took that oft-quoted and very powerful quote, and I came up with a chant of mine, which I called, There Is a Time. And the words to it are pretty identical to what I just read. I just made a couple of slight changes to the words. And I added a line of my own at the end, because there are only 14 lines in the quote I just read you, and I needed 16 to complete the song. So the line that I say at the end is, may I trust the divine and my faith increase. Because there's some pretty challenging words in there, aren't there? A time to kill, a time for war. So wanting this to be a message of hope and something that inspires us all. Again, I'm offering this chant as an intention of all of us, that we trust more, that we have more faith, that all is unfolding exactly as it should in spite of appearances. So, all that said, I'd like to share this chant of mine, There Is a Time. Laura, if you could bring up the words on the second slide so that people can see those. Thank you so much. Big thanks and love to Laura Topper, the woman who's helping me with the graphics behind the scenes this morning. So those are the words. Let's. The melody's very simple. I purposely made it very simple so that you can sing along. I'll sing the chorus, those first two lines, and then we'll do each of the verses and keep coming back to the chorus. So, when you feel comfortable, please join in. For everything under heaven, there is a season. For everything under heaven, there is a time. For everything under heaven, there is a season. For everything under heaven, there is a time. To be born and to die, to plant and to harvest, to kill and to heal, to tear down, to build up, For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time to cry and to laugh, to grieve and to dance, to gather stones, to scatter stones, to embrace, to turn away. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time to search, to stop searching, to keep and to throw away, to tear and to mend, to be silent and to speak. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time to love and to hate, for war and for peace. May I trust the divine and my faith increase. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. For everything under heaven there is a time. For everything under heaven there is a time. So as always, dear friend, I invite you to just join me in a couple of minutes of silence as we ponder that. What would it be like if we were to trust this month, in this month, which is all about the power of order? What would it be like if we were to allow ourselves to trust that all is truly in order? Challenging for all of us, I know. But let's hold that intention in silence for a few minutes. Let's sing again. And Laura, if you'd be kind enough to leave the slide up with the words on it this time when I play it through, because there's an awful lot there. I think it's a lot for people to try and follow without the words. Thank you so much. Here we go. There is a time. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. To be born and to die, to plant and to harvest, to kill and to heal, to tear down, to build up. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. To cry and to laugh, to grieve and to dance, to scatter stones, to gather stones, to embrace, to turn away. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. To search, to stop searching, to keep and to throw away, to tear and to mend, to be silent and to speak. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. To love and to hate, for war and for peace, may I trust the divine and my faith increase. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. For everything under heaven there is a season. For everything under heaven there is a time. For everything under heaven there is a time. For everything under heaven there is a time. Thank you, dear friend, for being with me today. I hope that chant touched you, reached your heart, and gave you half as much joy as it gave me to create it and to share it with you. If you did like it, if it did touch you, speak to you, please feel free to share it with everyone on your social media network. I'd appreciate that. And for those of you who are so inclined and would like to do so, I always welcome contributions for my work. This is my right livelihood. And a reminder that 10% of all contributions that come my way go to the New Thought Media Network. And as always, big love and blessings to Reverend Robert Brzezinski for his vision, and to my dear friend Laura Topper for her technical assistance behind the scenes on my show. And another 10% of everything that comes my way goes to the Greater Vancouver Food Bank, an organization which I strongly support for the work that they do in my beautiful city of Vancouver, BC, Canada. Love and blessings to you, dear friend. May we all trust that there is divine order in all things, even if appearances seem to tell us otherwise. May we trust that. May we have faith in that. Namaste. I'll see you next week with another chant about order.
New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positivity.